Hello, good morning, sir. My name is Prabjot Kaur and my student ID is 1259898. This is my reset actually. My module name is Business Analytics and Intelligence and the module leader is Ahmed Daud. Here is my task. I am just describing the task. My task is about the airline cheapest airlines in the UK. So I just take the six approximately nine airlines: British Airways, Eastern Airways, Titan Airways, Virgin Atlantic, EasyJet, TUIJet.com, which is also means have a very good opportunity for the passengers. These are the basic airlines which provide the cheapest tickets to the passengers. These are while I was searching on the data, so I came to know that these are the main cheapest airlines in around the UK in the UK. And according to my presentation and according to my questions, so I just make the table of content which is necessary, like introduction to references. Um, Next is executive summary. The airline industry is a dynamic and a complex area. We all know that, and it is an essential part in the worldwide network and the monetary development. It incorporate the organization that give air transportation administrators to the traveler and the freight, including many activities from airplane support to course arranging and traveler dealing with. So sometime the airlines have to provide the benefits to the travelers so they can hype their growth in this industry. So it is as the aircraft business straightforwardly utilize north of the 6 million individual overall and sport and extra 10 million position in related areas. Despite these, sometimes they have to face the difficulties like the competition are all there. So the airline industry likewise is present in our open doors for developing of this industry. All in one, I just want to describe that means that the industry is dynamic and a complex area that assume the fundamental part in the UK airlines. And industry is continually advancing, and because they are featuring they are also introducing the new features too for the passengers and for the employees as well. So research background, research on the airline industry. While I was just finding out the data, so it was not that much difficult for me to arranging the data. But though there is a very high competition among the airline industry, effect on the worldwide economy, especially might zero in on an ambitious region like market element, administrative structure, mechanical progressions, portability, and purchase conduct. So there are a few critical areas which I'm going to address in this assignment: market elements, request and supply investigations, monetary effect, commitment to the gross domestic product, mechanical headway, airplane innovation, administrative climates, and all that. Because these are the basic difficulties that have to face the management of the airline. The most important facts in the decision making, because decision making is very play indispensable role in any industry. Business analysts have turned into important device for dynamic in the airline industry, giving career the bits of knowledge they need to streamline tasks, further development, client experience, and upgrade benefits. Some are the basic key concepts which I'm going to describe in this. Some key application of business in the airline industry request any special anticipating and income the executive business analyst assist airlines with precisely estimating traveler interest in powering them to streamline evolution technique client division and customized showcasing. So the clients are taking the good advantages, and sometimes there is a very low in prices, so they can travel from one place to another place instead of just wasting their time in the other transportation. So they provide a cheapest way to travel from one place to another place. Risk the risk the to and twice help. Um, like it also help it also help the climate be well-being and security guidelines, exploring centers, and all that. So risk and to venture will be also help the aircraft revolution and relief campers and disturbance, security dangers and financial slums. Mm. So example of how UK airlines use business analytics a bit. I am describing the different airlines how they use the business analytics skills. British Airways optimizing a revenue management. British Airways route has carried out a modern income in the executive framework with useful variable information market patterns and ongoing internet examples to enhance valuation system. Whereas a Virgin Atlantic upgrading client in experience, Virgin Atlantic uses business investigations to know the custom clients encounters and fortify client reliability by investigating client information by gathering the data on the review easy let smoothing out tasks and decreasing expenses. Here is that to utilize business investigation to improve the functional proficiency and limit the cost. So the more clients want to book their tickets on this EasyJet. So Ryanair is one of the best airline which also provide the good interest and the illuminate network environment choices by investing authentic information, latest in the career discussion beneficial courses, streamlines fight plans, jet to upgrading made the board and the coin on the eco-friendly jet to utilize business investigation to improve on the executives and diminishing fuel utilization. Whereas the Eastern Airways uses business examination to acquire important bits of knowledge into different part of its task, empowering them to pursue the further development and business analysis. City Flower Airlines, BS City Flyer carriers and English aviation route auxiliary working principles inside the UK and the Europe. TUI Airlines, TUI aviation routes, perhaps of the biggest carrier in the UK because many of the carrier want to go from one place to another from place. So instead of just go through the another transportation system, they usually take these airlines because these are the cheapest and provide best things to the client. And Titan Airways, the Titan Aviation routes is English sensation carrier based at a London Centre Air Terminal. The organization work on Airbuses, so they are provide a various facility to the client. These modes are represent the sorted utilization of business examination in the UK air industry by binding the force of information. UK airlines are acquiring the best knowledge and they are providing the best to their clients. Here is the data which I'm going to describe about by using the Statista, and these are the graphs which I is using for describing the clients and their investment in the different and their spending on the different airlines. Descriptive British airline net passenger traveling in 10 years, where I just here with the help of this graph I just show that means in 2011 the passengers were high means but in the next year they are diminishes to 114, and in the 2013 there we can see the dramatically increase since 2019, whereas it diminishes in the following year. So we can see that with from 2011 to 2022 we can see there is a dramatically increase, and in 2022 it does decrease. So here is the EasyJet Airway. Um, so EasyJet in 2004 there can be we can see that means there are the passengers were around 2,255. It decreased since 2008, but there is a very minor changes can be seen in the following year 2009. But in the next year 2010 it increases to the similar, approximately similar that is started in 2004, and then it remain almost same in both years. There is a dramatical and very sharp decline in the following year. So Titan Airways, there can be a seen a fluctuation from 2004 to 2013. So there is a fluctuation in the increase and decrease, whereas like the previous airline, it increased since 2008. Then there is a decrease in 2009. Then it also remains same in the following year. So that can be seen in this graph. Yeah. Unfavorably involve company conclusive aptitude for judgment making, while business analytics has arisen as a useful asset for dynamic in the career business. There are occurrences where aircraft have pursued horrible choices that were impacted on absence of good insight or an overreliance on information. Here are a few instances of negative dynamic in the career business. Over emphasis on information drive evaluating to the determine of client experience. The many clients usually do not give the accurate reviews. So, suppose if the one person is sitting on the same row, and so the one person is facing a difficulty because of their behavior, because on their own expect, and the person is enjoying their journey. So the different expect can just we can just post their behavior sometimes. So I believe that it is totally depends on the person to person. So we cannot take we cannot take the full review from the clients. So sometimes they just post on their own perception. In insufficient gamble praise and emergency the executives. Aliens have confronted analysis for treatment of emergency like climate disturbance, mechanical disturbance, and for the error of information and average correspondence. Aliens have additionally been scrutinized for misjudging information and settling on just that explosion. Inability to consider representative prosperity and resolve. Alien choices frequently focus on monetary goals over representative prosperity and resolve, forcefully booking and uh, requesting prompt worker weaknesses, decreased efficiency. So these are the basic unfavorably advises company usually the attitude that impact on the clients and that impact on their developing their business. Corrections in the ale industry in UK. The ale industry in the UK is dynamic and constantly developing area that assume a fundamental part of the nation's economy. Lately, the business has been confronting various difficulties, including the coronavirus pandemic, rising fuel cost and expanded cost. Context in 2021, the UK government delivered an essential structure named an essential system for flying, illustrating its vision for the eventual fate of the diminishing in the popularity of the airlines. Computer and explain the summary statistics that describe the properties of your variables and discuss why these summary studies are useful. So here I just describe the figure. So to figure and make sense of one is inside that portray the properties of your factor. You first need to recognize the sort of factor you are managing. And there are two primary sort of factor, solve out and mathematically straight out factors. Means I'm using the mode extent recurrency. So their summary statistics are useful in analysis of your data. They give a first and read of the information. They permit you to distinguish key patterns and example. They assist you with the grasping the essential qualities of your information. So this graph usually shows how the different airlines are using the different patterns to show the statics. So I use uncover patterns and show changes over time. So there is my criteria we you can see, and here I just calculate the statics of for each airplane. So interpreting the data output in the fight in the light of business and intelligence in the post and career activity industry. So there are the basically five main points that I just use. First, request gogging. force streamlining, client division, extortion, location, functional proficiency. So there are the five which are very considered very important in just relation with the postal and courier activity. So there is a conclusion. The UK carrier industry is the critical supporter of the UK economy, producing billion of pounds in income and supporting the government. The second one, ask of late, the UK carrier industry has experienced time huge change because of the different climate changes and all that. The fate of UK industry is insecure. However, there all the things are privatizing, and because of the coronavirus, it has an impact on the people, the employment. So many of the companies are usually privatized. They proceed with the development of a minimum expensive transportation. Minimum expensive transportation have turned into a significant huge. So if we can see from the past, suppose from the past years, now the industry has usually hiked their prices. So it has really impact on their choices according to the clients. The attention of management, sometimes the management overlook the client's expectations, and sometimes they do not cope up with the emergency. So there are the basic things we need to check. I just check it out while I was making the plan. The UK career industry is a dynamic and steadily evolving career that can adjust to the changing scene and embrace the difficulty. So here are my references from where I just got my data. Thank you so much, sir. This is my assignment. Hope you will like it, and I just do my best. So thank you so much.